Yeah, yeah, yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast theme. Talking Burt and Bogies, holding one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discussing the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff.
Welcome back to another episode of the Pitch, Putt, and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, aka RGB. Before we get rolling with our guests, I'm going to take a quick second to give a shout out to a few sponsors. Starting off with our newest sponsor, we got Mulligan Wear. Go check out Mulligan Wear _ on Instagram. Make sure you guys go check them out. Click the link in the bio. We'll take you right to a site where you can find polos, hats, hoodies, everything you're looking for a nice round of golf and just some casual wear. Use promo code PUFF10. PUFF10 will save you 10% at checkout. He's got a dope line of polos just came out, so make sure you go and get your hands on those. Also, we got Back Nine Botanicals. Make sure you guys go check out Back Nine Botanicals, leaders of the CBD game. They got the Birdie Boost, the Tea Time Sunrise, and the Moonlight Mulligan, the best CBD gummies you're going to get your hands on, especially if you're looking for something for sleep. I highly recommend the Moonlight Mulligan. The CBN in there is going to put you right down for a good night's rest. Go check them out, back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUFF10. TPUFF10 will save you 10% at checkout. We also got Athletic, ATHLETHC.com. Make sure you guys go over there, give their site a look. They got the 2 milligram THC mint, perfect for you throughout the day. Nice little easy mellow buzz, not going to knock you on your ass. Really get you through any functions and just keep you a nice even keel throughout the day. So go check them out at Athletic, ATHLETHC.com. Use promo code PUFF and find yourself a special discount over there. And last but not least, a little something I was doing today, camel chasing with our guys over at Trouble Off the Tee. Make sure you guys go check out Marty and Company, Trouble Off the Tee. You got the camel chasing hat here. You got Scratch Golfer, Never Lay Up. You name it, he's got it over there, Marty and Company. Also has the audio book available on Spotify and Audible. Go check them out. Use promo code PUFF20. PUFF20 will save you 20% at checkout over at Trouble Off the Tee. Going to take a quick break. Going to bring on a guest. We got a little local cannabis influencer coming on here. So going to take a quick break and we'll have our homegirl Danielle join us. And we're back on the Pitch, Putt, and Puff. Joining me today, we have one of the 518 cannabis influencers. You can find her at pretty much any event you see in the 518. We got my homegirl Dani on. What's up, Dani? How are you?
Yeah, I can't lie about that. I love stoner events, and I've been saying that forever. I've been trying to get my people on the bandwagon for like 6 years now because I used to pop out to Massachusetts events, and I would be like, I try to explain to people, like, you don't understand, like, everyone there is so cool. Like, you know how, like, when you go to a concert, like, not a stoner one, parking, just finding parking sometimes is madness, and people are honking at you and, like, being rude. When you go to, like, these stoner events, like the park, like it starts in the parking lot and like people are like, no, you go ahead, you can have that spot. And I'm just like, whoa, like where am I? So that just like sums up like the entire stoner events. They're just so giving, and
everybody's more laid back. Like even the recent one I popped over stage 1 when they had Styles P over there. Everybody's just chilling. Like I went over Dolo because I had a couple things going on, so I didn't have a lot of time. And I stopped over for a little bit and I got talking to a couple of the vendors, like Briar Farms was over there. I got talking to Melissa from over there.
I didn't see you there.
Yeah, I seen you, but you were dancing and having a good time. And I was like, I'm going to let her rock. She looks like she's enjoying her. So I was kind of just sitting in the back of the cut and enjoying Styles P because grew up on that shit, you know?
Yep.
But
I don't know how it wasn't more packed, honestly.
crazy. Like when I walked up there and I was like, there's like 100 people here. I was like, I was expecting like barely get through the fence when I like, especially the time I caught like probably the last 20, 30 minutes of the podcast, and then I seen Styles, and I was like, wow,
Oh.
that's it, huh?
Yeah, I was there then. You should have said, "Hey, my Brazilian friend was with me too." She's
Mm-hmm.
pretty cool.
Yeah, so I seen you talking to. You guys were having a good time. I was just chilling. I was burning down some cowboy lemonade from the Helium Boys.
It was so hot. That day was one of the days that made me hit the Google search bar, and I realized I have this thing called heat syncope, and if I'm in heat too long, I can faint.
No shit.
Yeah.
The Google,
Whatever.
huh?
The Google.
The Google
Yeah.
will tell you everything. So let's get a little bit of your background. I got to know you a little bit when you were over at Transcend, but like, how did you first get into? What was your first aha moment with cannabis?
Well, I mean, the first time I smoked, I was 12. I was with my aunt, and she actually like borrowed my grandma's bowl, and it was a wooden handcrafted bowl. I'm never gonna forget this. And it was a naked lady.
Okay.
And you smoke out of her feet. The head is the bowl. She's like on her stomach, so like the boobs were like the rest when you like set it down.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess that was my aha moment.
Shout out grandma.
That's
cool. So funny.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
So,
then I started smoking more regularly, like morning to night, like junior and senior year of high school.
mhm.
Then I went to a really good college on scholarship. It's a good college. And I was arrested for dime bags because my roommate told on me. Not even arrested. I wasn't even arrested. It was public safety, but I was expelled.
No shit. Yeah, I've heard a couple stories of that happen, especially when you're on a college campus. It's so the restrictions. I have a funny story. I was back in the day. I met this girl. I went up to her dorm up at Siena. Very similar thing. We're hanging out. We're smoking. Just chilling. Literally met the girl like 2 days before at the bar. Didn't even like know her last name, kind of thing. And we get up to the dorm, and I bring up like a blunt's worth or whatever. We're chilling. Stupid thing is we smoked it right in the dorm. Like done. Rule number one. Stupid.
Yeah.
You know.
And back then it was like smoking crack in a
dorm. Right. This is like 2003.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, boom, 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 knock on the door. It's the campus security with the colony police. Well, come to find out, this girl was moving. She was the plug around campus, and I just happened to meet her. She had like, I don't know, she had some good amount stuffed in like teddy bears and shit, and they didn't find it. She ended up giving it up. And I was like, wow. I'm like, yo, they would have never. I'm sitting there as they're like getting ready to arrest everybody. They let me go because I was like, yo, I brought this. My blunt cuts are in there. I don't know nothing about nothing. The one cop was like, buddy, what you get yourself into? I'm like, I couldn't tell you, to be honest with you. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. And then they let me slide, but she ended up getting expelled, and off she went back down to the city. But yeah, it was to see how like for her to go to the stuffed animal, it was like a Teddy Ruxpin, and she just started pulling the shit out. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, I was not at that level. I remember like the first time I ever started selling, ever, it like it was, first of all, it was fronted to me. So a guy gave me money to go to someone else, and like I gave like half of whatever the money, whatever. So I still owed more. So, and I was probably like, I was 14. So I really didn't know what I was doing.
What you're doing.
No transportation, no like anything, you know? Mm-hmm. And yeah, so it got stolen, and I was literally the most like stereotypical, like I went back to the guy, like, it got stolen, you know, like what? Like,
yeah, right.
Like it was just
still
so
need my
stereotypical,
money.
like first time little girl, like I shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Didn't stop me. No, because then when I got older, so I was working at like the Acura dealership for a while in Latham for like 8 years. Okay. And I sold bud to everyone there. Mm-hmm. So I would like put it, like they would like give me money, and I would just leave it in their gas tanks in the parking lot, you know? And there was even a few times a few people like snitched on me to like the owner, and I just played it off like, oh my God, that's crazy. I don't even smoke marijuana. Because, you know, these were those days.
Those days, right.
Like you couldn't be proud. I was like hiding it all the time.
Forever. I mean, think about it. Up to like 5 years ago, you had to kind of try to hide it. Like you can't really, like, I don't know. I have my buddy Mike just came up from Florida, and he was amazed. Like we're on the golf course and we are just, you know, firing it up and having a good time, and no one's bothering us, no one's saying anything, and it's like he's like, bro, I can't believe you guys can like
Sorry.
get away with this. And I'm like, man, it's no one really. It's legal. No one cares. It's no different than smoking a cigar or smoking a cigarette or
And
having a beer. It's the same shit. It's all the same.
and for the most part, like my hometown Ithaca, it was very like hippie in a sense.
Yeah.
So it really was. It was more cannabis friendly than any other places back then. But you know, there was still issues. But like everyone knew everyone smoked there. Did you know in Ithaca it's legal for women to walk around topless?
Really?
It always has been.
Huh.
Like just because they're like it's so like liberal or something.
Just chill. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just that's where I grew up, if that explains anything.
Yeah, I didn't know where you grew up. I knew you were newer to the area, but I didn't know exactly where you grew up.
Yeah.
Old Ithaca. I was up there a few times for baseball tournaments back in my day.
Really?
Oh yeah, once or twice. We actually played right at the college.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm trying to set up a light. I found a light, but I don't know how to turn it on.
You're doing great.
Okay. Oh,
So so once cannabis, like now I always say too, I was gonna mention this. We were talking like 5 years ago how we hide it, but
There we
now it's just like, did you ever think you would see cannabis in the space, especially here in New York, that it is now?
I did, but not at this age.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I used to like envision it because California, you know. So, but not. I still not. It wasn't in reach at all. It was like I'm gonna be old by the time anything cool happens with cannabis, and I won't be able to like enjoy it. But yeah, as soon as like dispensaries started applying, I'm like, all right, like I downloaded like the proximity map, and I like had 30 pages of like license numbers, and I was looking up each license number to find who the owner is and like where their location was going to be, so I knew if I wanted to apply to them or not. Like I went in as soon as like legalization happened. Okay. I'm excited.
Hell yeah, that's.
And then we
did it's a tough industry to get into, really. Like, to really get your foot in the door with some of these. To get brands.
Into, yeah, like fairly, because so many people are taking like pay cuts, you know, and like technically like demotions just to like get into the industry, just because we all love the plant so much and want to see it grow. But that's why I'm trying to take my time. Like I didn't really want to take too much of a pay cut, because I know some people who were like, I'm just as eager. The thing is, whether I'm working in the industry or not, I'm always going to be a part of it. So one, I'm not stressing about that. But right. I know people that like over a year ago, they started as a bud tender who were like corporate executives before, and they still are the bud tender. You know, their whole, you know, they were hoping like within 6 months or more, they'd be, but moving their way up. It's an unpredictable industry right now that you can't like bank on anything at all. You don't know what the future is going to hold. So,
and it's tough too, because I feel like it's starting to get like, I don't know, the market's getting a little oversaturated, where when it first popped off, like if you look back like a year or two ago, when there was only a limited amount of dispensaries, and you had one in this city or you had one in this town or whatever, you were kind of like, everybody was going to that one. But now that they're like kind of starting to pop up it's turning into a little bit more of a battle for these guys.
It is competitive, and my vision, what I foresee is it's not going to be in like 5 years or so, because as stores are popping up, like the product's going to get better and more competitive over the next few years. Like it just has to. And so many people that aren't using right now, they're going to start using. There's going to be new consumers for that market. So I think it's going to be proportionate in a sense, as long as a business has like the drive and motivation and is the type that will go out and get it instead of like sit there and wait for sales to come. I think anyone can succeed right now. Do you know Lit Alerts, like .com, Lit Alerts?
No, not familiar.
You can, they have, so like other systems like Dutchie and stuff, they have this info too, but you don't even need to be like signed up. Lit Alerts is like third party. You can check it, how each dispensary is doing. So you could look up right now, like the numbers for the past few years for all the dispensaries. And in our area, there are 2 that I can remember off the top of my head that are still pulling like 750K months.
Wow.
still consistently. And then there's so many that are in like the 100K months,
Uh-huh.
which isn't horrible, but not where
No,
everyone wants to be, you know, not
sure.
what they projected. I know a lot of these places that opened thought they were going to do 50K days. And I'm like, come on.
Yeah, that's a little
That
outlandish.
was when there was one dispensary in the whole state. Like,
Yeah.
you can't, yeah, like,
Yeah, so I can see it too. Like, so I work in the beer industry and the alcohol industry, and you can see already the numbers declining.
oh God.
I was actually talking to a guy on the golf course today, and he's like, I don't smoke, but I'll do edibles. He goes, and it's crazy because I used to get an 18 pack, go home and on a Friday, Saturday night and get a good buzz on. He goes, now I grab a 6 pack and take a couple edibles and I'm good. And like on my end of things and on the alcohol side, you can see it in the overall numbers of like just beer sales in general. And it's not just obviously my company, it's just in general throughout the market.
I remember
Um,
reading that.
Going down, and it's a lot of cannabis consumption, and a lot of young kids are using cannabis before they're using alcohol now. Like you don't see, like I'm 40, I don't even know, 41, 42. I'll be 42. I used to go out to the bars and stuff. Like that's when I'm in my 20s, we were at the bars. Everybody was drinking. We were doing that. You don't go out. If you go out to the bar, you see people in their 40s or older. You don't see 21, 22,
Yeah.
23-year-old kids
There's
hanging out.
a few reasons for that too, but I'll put cannabis in there. I will. Definitely internet, obviously.
Mhm.
Let's not even talk about club culture for this Gen Zers. Like,
Yeah.
how embarrassing. But yeah, so and that, like, even with me personally, that's kind of my experience. So I used to get like really fucked up when I was a kid, like
Hmm.
from alcohol, like super lightweight, like really fucked up.
Yep.
But I was always smoking, you know what I mean? Morning, noon, night. Just it was always in my system. I was never like blazed because I was just always smoking,
Yep.
like now. But I got so fucked up. Like I was always throwing up and stuff from alcohol. And then I finally realized, like, oh my God, I can't mix, like, I cannot mix weed and alcohol. Just like
Mhm.
me personally, it's too strong. Some
Yep.
people love
Same.
that ride. I don't
I
like
can't do
that
that
ride.
either. The room starts
But,
spinning and all that shit. Yeah, I'm all set.
and I think because I smoke morning, noon, and night, I don't even know because I never checked like the day, but it's probably been like 7 or 8 years since I drank.
Yeah.
I just like randomly, like at restaurants, I would just be like, I'll get a Shirley Temple. Like I just didn't want one. It just didn't sound good. And now I just don't even like it. It doesn't even taste good to me half the time. Yeah.
And think about how much
So,
more functionable you are in the morning, the next morning, you know? You're not
hangovers
waking
were
up,
the worst.
you don't feel like
The
shit,
worst.
you know, you don't have a headache, your stomach's not bothering you.
I think I
Whatever.
got them worse than other people too. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't even remember hangovers.
Yeah.
Thing of the past. Yeah.
The same thing. I haven't got loaded like that in a long time to where I woke up and like was like, oh my gosh, I can't even function. And I got a 7-year-old, so there's not many days where I can go and get hammered like that and wake up and not have responsibilities. Like I'm gonna be waking up and Bluey's gonna be on the TV at 7 a.m. when I get up, you know, so or some I don't know, Disney or something. But I don't have time to get but if I go and I smoke or I take a couple edibles before bed, I wake up, I'm good. All right, kid, what do you want to do for the day? It's a fresh start,
Yeah.
you
No, for
know?
real. Like I'm up early as fuck now. Like 20 something me would look at like 30 something me right now and be like, yeah, right, you know? Cause just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, things
It's
change.
crazy. It changes so
hmm
fast. So fast. So what was your first introduction to the legal cannabis side of things in New York?
I got like referred to help um people in Albany with open their dispensary, and so there were so many delays. So it was Royal Flower in Albany. There were so
Mm-hmm.
many delays during that, as everybody knows, that we decided to do the grower showcase. So we were Albany's first grower showcase. And it was hilarious because I was working in a trailer in a parking lot in winter. Like, yeah, every day too we had to load. We probably had like, I have cat hair on my lips, I'm trying to get it. I don't even know how many SKUs, more than like Transcend has. We had more
Okay.
SKUs than Transcend in a tiny little trailer, and every morning and every night we had to carry every single box out, load the shelves, like unload and bring it back to the vault, which was not even done being built. We had to like build the vault. We built a temporary vault like the day before because we didn't have a locking room. Like that's how OCM is though. Like you just do what they tell you to do when they tell you to do it, you know,
Right.
and you can get through. But it was I learned so much in that experience. One about like OCM, but two about
Mm-hmm.
like the clientele, our consumers, and then also about like the people who are also in the industry and what everyone else has gone through. And so that was crazy. But I was wearing like 2 or 3 pairs of pants every single day and like a snow coat. Like, so
Yeah.
people remember me too, because I was always like in the same like pink hoodie and like black snow pants. Like,
Just bundled up,
yeah. And I always had
looking
like
like
a
the Christmas
braid.
story.
Yeah, it was a Christmas story. Yeah. But we had fun, you know, we like just smoked the whole time in that little trailer. So
And
yeah.
the funny thing you mentioned too is the consumer. It's crazy. What I noticed, the biggest thing I noticed with the consumers is it's not the crowd people expected. I don't
No.
think it's
Mm-mm.
it's a lot of older people who are looking to get into the gummies and the some. Oh, I need this for sleep, or I'm having pain, or blah blah blah. And then it's the younger kids. It's a lot of the younger kids are coming in for their vapes and their edibles and
Mm-hmm.
flour and everything else. So it's really not that middle aged crowd. It's you're getting a little bit of the older and a little bit of the younger, and then sprinkle in the rest. But it's crazy to see the older folks though. Every time
There
I
was
go
a
to the
few,
dispensary,
yeah.
there's older folks walking in.
Yeah. And like they're the ones that I feel like actually feel the most benefits. I don't know, that's a blanket statement, but I do notice that I got feedback from a couple that like made me teary-eyed a couple times. Like there was this lady who had like crazy like Frankenstein scars up her leg, and she's had surgery a million times, and like it must have been staples or something. And she's like on all these painkillers, but it like is her sleep sucks and everything else and whatever. So she gets like edibles and the cream, a cream.
Mm.
She like
Yep.
called the next day and she was like, I almost didn't think it didn't work because it like took so long. But then she said she slept through the night for the first time in like years. And it actually like the pain, and I was just like, whoa, like, all right, that's cool. And then something similar happened with another lady with a tincture and basically sleeping for the first time in years. So
Yep.
and like feeling fine when they wake up, not still, you know, that's the thing with like
Right.
sleeping pills. They'll knock you out, but then you'll be like hungover or something again the
Yeah,
next
you
day.
have like that. Sometimes I get it. I do get it sometimes with gummies. So I don't really. I have to take a lot of gummies to like really feel the buzz because it takes a while for it to kick in, if at all. And then sometimes when I do, it ends up hitting me in the morning when I'm waking up, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm a little groggy. But that's on me though because I took too much, or I took them too late at night, kind of thing, and had to get up for something. But I try to do chocolates if I'm going to do an edible because it fat dissolvable and it gets in the bloodstream a little faster.
So that what works good for you. I'm still experimenting because I need like a crazy high dose, and I think it has to be nano. So I think I might have that liver enzyme thing that
Yeah.
people talk about.
Have you tried chocolates?
I do. I eat them. I love them. I've never felt high from any of them. And I've taken like I used to take like 1,000 drinks
Huh.
at my old job, like corporate job.
Yeah.
And I was like in the day. But I don't think that was nano back then either. So now I'm starting to notice. So like I'm experimenting now because I think
Gotcha.
yeah.
Have you ever tried this isn't a drink or anything, but have you ever tried RSO?
I have
It's great,
a
isn't it?
lot.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't feel a high from that. That was also on a transcend work day in the beginning, and he gave me like he like did everyone's on a lifesaver,
Yeah.
and he normally did half a lifesaver for everyone, and he did up 1.5
Huh.
because I told him I need a lot, so he
Right.
gave me yeah.
And you
But I'm
didn't feel
sure that's
anything.
I didn't feel like a high, but that's the thing. I still
Huh.
eat edibles because I know that they're like I feel calmer. Like it might be placebo, but like at the
Huh.
very
That's
least,
interesting.
yeah.
Because like RSO definitely I've
Is that
done it.
nano?
I
I
don't know.
I didn't look that up.
I don't know. I don't have that information. But I used Hudson Cannabis has like a little click thing where you can do your dosage or whatever. I've used that, and I've also had like capsules of it, low dose capsules, and the capsules sometimes I get it like I do it myself, and sometimes if you put too much in there, you're definitely gonna get the knockout blow
Hmm.
down for the count. So you gotta be careful. with the RSO. But if it's not hitting you, I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I had that, and there was a lemonade drink I had years back from my buddy. He was from Arizona. He brought it home from there. We went on a guys' weekend, and we did like a couple shots, and that shit knocked me out. So I don't know if it was something different out there.
I think I had like 5 or 6 like 10 milligram drinks, and I couldn't tell. The only thing was like I drove like an hour home, and I didn't smoke the whole ride, and I was like still high when I got home. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this must be the edibles, because like I definitely wouldn't. I didn't. So
Kicking in.
yeah, I might do like drinks. I might try more drinks. I got a few tinctures.
Yeah, tinctures were good. I've used those a few times, but we'll see. It's cool to see. It's really just cool to see overall, like what's the way New York's going. The consumer base is definitely a wide variety. And that's growing as well. So hopefully it continues to be able to keep all these dispensaries that are popping up and running. But I'm going to check out that site. I'm curious to see what a couple places are doing number wise.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to sign up, and just say like you're opening a dispensary or something.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Yeah,
because
you get like a free trial for like 2 weeks, so that's why you can like without
without having to pay for it.
Yeah.
So, what's your take on the current cannabis scene in New York, though? You think it's too commercial, or is it finally getting to lose that that stigma and become more acceptable?
I think we're still working on it, and I guess it would depend on who you ask. What do I think? I still think we have a lot of work to do, just in general.
Yeah.
But I don't knock anything that I'm not gonna knock anything that anyone's done so far, because even OCM, just because like you just gotta think like the pressure, like this is literally you're changing like state regulations, and you're changing laws. Like I don't know, there's gonna be disagreements and weird parameters and like tiptoeing, and I just say 5 years. Like I'm giving it the 5-year mark, hopefully like 3 or 4 from now, but I think everything will be sitting pretty then. We'll have like firebud for like value prices, and like the actual growers won't feel like ripped off anymore, and like everyone's just going to get their licenses and
right. I think that's what's going to happen too, is like the prices are going to have to slowly start to come down.
They will, but it makes sense. I wish I could explain it better, because I'm not a grower or cultivator, but they got fucked.
Yeah.
Screwed. Yeah, like they've lost so much money just getting started up, like just because of the state, like just like in like mortgages and like rent and like tools and supplies and just waiting. So
because you still had to pay for all that space that you were renting and trying to open up a shop,
and to think they probably expected like, okay, maybe a couple months, this, and like for it to be like a year and a half, 2 years, 3 years now.
Yeah,
like
that's crazy.
They're all losing so much money. So that's why there's like, there's a lot of activism going on in that front too and stuff. But
yeah, that's crazy.
We'll get there.
The other thing I wanted to bring up with you, you've been having some struggles on the social media side of things. What the hell is going on with the shadow banning on Dani, Roll Up, Barbie, whatever 14,000 names you have to come up with?
Yeah, since December. I went somewhere, I was at an event, and they're like, oh my God, you're the girl. 2 people that day came up to me and basically said the same thing, that you're the girl that gets deleted from Instagram the most. And I'm like, holy shit. Like, honestly, I didn't even see it coming, because like I still have my like, Facebook, when you had to have a college email address to join. Like I still have that page that has blunts all over it.
Okay.
Like, so that's from 2005. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that still has weed pictures and bongs and blunts and vaporizers everywhere. So, but then it was like 10 accounts that got banned. And then there was at one point I synced in my account center. I synced the Instagram to my Facebook. And that was like the worst mistake ever, because when that Instagram got banned, they took that Facebook and then my other Instagram that was synced to that Facebook, and those were like 20-year-old pages.
Oh,
Like, so I was just like, what the fuck? And they were like innocent bystanders, and they took them just because they were affiliated in the account center.
right.
So rule number 1, don't ever sync in your account center.
Fuck.
Any of
Because
your
just for
pages.
the pictures alone. Just for the throwback pictures and all
Dude,
that shit.
yeah,
Shit you're tagged
so
in.
I lost so much, obviously, memories from 20 years.
Yeah.
But you know what's worse? You don't realize until like it happens. All my friends that have died since then. There's probably like 15 to 20. Yeah, I'm not friends. They're not on my friends list. And like I don't have that like history that I used to have when I like would click on the page.
When that message pops
I'm not
up.
friends with anyone. I like sent them all messages, like message requests, because now they're like tribute pages, you know. But like that shit you don't think about. Like I lost that digital connection to
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad depressing. Sorry.
It
But I don't
is.
know. Like
Ugh.
they don't like they don't like cloud pictures, you know? So I've
It's
been
the
told
smoke,
it's
it's the cartoon character. I have to be careful with the cartoon character that I use. So like I try to hide the joints, and he's not smoking the joint. Where with my other logo, he was actually smoking the joint. So so I had to switch it to where he's holding it, and then I can kind of make it look like it's golf related, where it's like a tee going into the ground or something like that. So
yeah,
I gotta get a little creative.
It says you're allowed. Yeah, you're allowed to post. You're allowed to promote THC, but you can't promote the sales.
Yep.
And I don't know. My first OG page, it was like strain education, and I was like every time I was explaining the strain, and I don't know. I didn't know anything back then, so I wasn't checking like the accounts center and stuff for like
the regulations
flags.
and shit. Yeah.
But I probably had 1 million on that. R.I.P. But yeah, like every 2 months. So I feel like my new one now it's like LitLil Dani. I think that's probably I'm checking. I'm still good, but it's been like 2 months or so since I made that one.
Keep it going. Yeah, because every time, like, I remember I messaged you about something, and I we were talking about an event or something coming up, and then like literally the next day your page was gone. I'm like, this poor girl is just constantly getting shadow banned.
And it was weird. Every time it happened, like I didn't have any like flags in the account center. So it's like, or notifications or anything weird. So it really was, every time it was unexpected. Every single time.
That's nuts.
It is weird. I don't know.
It's pretty crazy.
It started last December.
Huh.
Yeah.
You got a hater. You got a hater after you, I think.
For 20 years, I've never had an issue. So that's what people say. They say it's a specific person reporting me. But then also people say like the New York cannabis industry is like competitive online in that sense.
Right.
But I'm like, I refuse to believe that. I don't know why. Like it could just be like, I heard people are saying like other dispensaries report other dispensaries. Like I don't know if I believe all that.
Yeah, that's everybody should be trying to really just work together in that sense, just to keep
that's what I feel like is happening. So I feel like it might be shit talk. I don't know if that's true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you know a hacker that could like hack and find out who's
doing it to your page, DM
just,
in one
I
of
think
her
at
pages
this point,
before
just
it
for
gets
curiosity, because honestly, if it is just literally a bot, how silly are we to look thinking, oh, people are reporting us?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like.
Huh.
Yeah.
You
really don't know.
You don't know, I guess. You don't know.
Yeah.
So, Dani, I'd like to wrap up with 3 questions. I don't want to take up too much more of your time here this evening. We'll start off with, what's your favorite? You're on an island. You're trapped. You only get to bring 1 strand with you. What are you bringing?
Blueberry from like 2005.
Yeah, that blueberry kush. It smelled literally like blueberry pancakes every time you smoked it.
Yeah, just like plain blueberry. Was it a kush?
It was 90% sure it was a kush.
Okay. Yeah,
I could be wrong, but
now I only see like blueberry muffin and blue dream that have like blueberry in it. But yeah,
it was around for the summer of 2005.
Oh my god, that's probably it then.
Yeah, it was around for the summer of 2005. Right? Because what am I? 17, 18. Yeah, right around my 21st birthday, 2004, 2005. Yep. So
Okay.
we had that. We
And
actually
it
were.
was beautiful.
It was awesome, and like the bag smelled like blueberries. It was some of the best bud. I remember that because it was my 21st birthday. We were in Saratoga and we were smoking blunts of it right on the balcony of the bar, and they thought we were smoking like a blueberry Swishers or something.
Wow.
Yeah, it was that potent of the smell. Like, yeah, we're up on like a rooftop somewhere. I don't remember. It was a long 21st birthday, but I
Wow.
definitely remember that. I would probably have to go with the old sour diesel though. That was my always go to.
Yeah.
Just the
I
smoke of it was great.
Sour and haze obviously came to my mind first, but I think like if I smoked it all day, every day, I'd prefer the blueberry.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I haven't got that one yet. How would this is a little just a spin off of that? How would preferable way to smoke? Joints, bongs.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite preference?
Now in my 30s, it's been joints. My life before that has always been Dutches. But yeah, I also used to smoke cigarettes. So when I quit cigarettes, I was like, let me try to switch to joints. It was really hard, but I first tried those Juicy J's, the blue, like the flavored ones, and they kind of like are good for the transition because they're like thick and flavored.
Huh. Yeah, I did the same thing. I was blunts all day, but switched over to the joints. I do the cones or roll a quick joint. I can roll. I have no problem rolling. It took me a while to get used to rolling the joints, but I can do it now. I like putting in like if I have like a special type of bud, I'd like putting the glass tips at the end.
Yeah,
And
I
so
have
that
some
way,
cool ones.
yeah, I get some from some funky field tips from Be Real from Cypress Hill. He's got a brand. He's got some nice variety of different sizes and shit. I got a little bit of a plug over there at my man XG and E-Zone, so I take advantage of it.
Yeah.
I might have a pack laying around. If I do, I'll hook you up.
Okay.
And then let's see. Last question is craziest place you've ever gotten stoned.
I don't even know. Because I literally smoke everywhere. I smoked in the parking lot of the Spark when I was on probation, and I had to go to like outpatient saying I was an alcoholic, but I was really a stoner. Like, long story, but yeah. I smoked in that parking lot, but it wasn't like a crazy. I also smoked on like a canine like place. I don't know, everywhere.
That's great. That's great.
Of it.
Bonus question: coolest person you smoked with? Because I've seen you take some cool pictures with some celebs. Wondering who's the coolest one you smoked with?
Yeah, I didn't really smoke with. The only one I really smoked with was probably Young Berg. He's the only one who physically like ever passed me a Dutch.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
But I smoked in the vicinity of like a lot of other cool people.
Yeah.
Like Redman.
Yeah, that was I seen that picture, the Redman one. That was a cool one. Even the Styles P. I mean, I know he only performed for a short period of time, but for even like performers like those guys to come up to this area,
real. They don't have to
time.
show upstate so much love, and they're always showing upstate New York love. So
always
they're real for that.
Yeah, I know they got some connections in the music industry over there at Stage One. So I mean, keep taking advantage of it and bringing the talent to the area. It just sucks because, like you said, though, the numbers aren't. It wasn't what it should have been. You should have had a lot more people there and really show out. But what's coming up next for you? What is your plans going forward in the future here?
I had a plan, but I think it got delayed. So I'm kind of open now. I'm looking for like another GM spot in a dispensary. There was a place that was in Massachusetts, and they're also like in the city, and they're planning on coming to the Capital District. And the owner said July, but I think it's been delayed.
Gotcha.
Which is fine. It's typical, actually. I was expecting it. I was like, probably September. So we'll see. But if you know of any places looking for a GM,
there you go. Get you right back in the industry. Is that what you're looking to do, though? Stay in the GM side? Did you ever think about going and be like a brand ambassador or something to that extent?
I would be open to it, I think. But yeah, GM just makes a lot more sense for like my experience.
Gotcha.
In general, and what I'm good at.
Yeah. I think you would be good promoting. You do good on the social media side of things with promoting the brands and stuff. That's why I thought maybe brand ambassador
I
side
do
of
all
things.
right. I do all right. Nothing fancy.
That's awesome. Well, I really appreciate your time. I'm glad we got this episode done. Love to have you back on down the road and keep us up to date with any cool events that are coming up and find out where you end up in a few short months.
Cool. Thanks
Where
for
can
chatting.
where can everybody find you?
LitLil Dani on Insta for the moment.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Appreciate everybody tuning in to the Pitch Putt and Puff, and we'll catch you on Monday with another episode with recapping the weekend. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast theme. Talking Burt and Bogey's hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising.